wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see? I just wanna be free.
Okay, it's another episode of the Things I Wish I Knew About Money podcast. I'm your host, Kamille Smith, and wowzers. First of all, it's episode 213. You know what I really wish? I really wish that it was 215th episode because it would be such a coincidence because of the day, right? Hello, Minion Cam. Welcome. I'm glad you were able to take a nap. But first couple things I want to say is happy birthday to my brother. Big up yourself. Like I said before, big up the Aquarius. Happy belated to Minnie. Even though I did say happy birthday to you this week, so big up yourself as well. And for the lovers out there, oh my gosh, it's. I'm not gonna say the word that I'm gonna say. That I want to say. It is post Valentine's Day. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, yo, should I talk about Valentine's again? But I feel like, no, I did it at the beginning of the month. So I wasn't going to bother talking about it. But I want to do a little recap of what happened last week. So I felt like us Canadians were getting beat down by Kendrick. And if you guys know me, I don't really watch the Super Bowl unless, of course, it's Rihanna or Usher and things, right? So I didn't watch the Super Bowl, but I was like, oh my God, SZA's performing. I was like, guys, if you know when SZA is performing, just let me know. No one did. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not mad at y'all. I'm not mad at y'all. But I watched the performance and I really liked it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Team Toronto. I liked it, and I only like I. The reason why I liked it was because it is Black History Month. Boop, 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 right? And it was definitely something a revolutionary performance to me because I know those old school Kendrick tunes, and I was like, okay, and just Samuel Jackson being part of it. I thought it was wild when Serena Williams was doing the crib walk, and I was like, oh, Drake, please don't watch this. Don't watch this. But yeah, also this week was very jam packed. I realized that there's a lot of things that are due in the month of January for businesses, and the month of February, right? So one of the things that I acknowledged was what you call it, for any employers having T4 summaries, and if you don't have like a payroll agency or like ADP, big up them. Um what's another one? There's another one that I heard about, but it's leaving a blank in my head. So merp, it's not that important. But there are certain systems, payroll systems, or QuickBooks, obviously, or there's another one. It's gonna bother me until I figure it out. So like, they're able to ship out the T4 to the CRA, but if you're using QuickBooks, payroll, you're gonna have to do that um, manually or with your employer, right? Or client that's employer and things. So I'm busting ass to get those type of things done. Um, so now that I think of it, I have two clients that I'm helping finish that. I have my own client that I'm helping finishing that, and it's just a lot. So I know people are like, "Yo, Camille, where you been? You're so busy." Yes, because I run a business. But I'm hoping before the tax season starts that I'm able to do something interesting. Also, today is the last day for the tax break. So if anyone was enjoying like not paying taxes on food and things, even though there are some places, especially Uber Eats, that was charging taxes still. So hold on to those receipts, right? You're still able to um today's the last day to be able to get that. But if like I said, if you were enjoying the tax breaks or Uber was not giving you those taxes off, hold on to those because apparently you were able to do something with it, right? And then before my commercial, I also want to say, oh, here's a reminder for you guys, for you ladies and gentlemen. I mean, here's a reminder. I'm just gonna go on the other page, not other page, my other thing. Let me join over here. I do have, and I'm very annoyed right now, guys, because my second part, my episode description, was unable to download because it was being stupid. So I'm kind of annoyed at the beginning, but such is life. Um, Here's a little update for you guys on what's happening in the tax world because the tax season's almost ready, right? Tax season's almost ready. So I wanted to just present this to y'all. Mm, 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 mm. No sé. Oh, there it is. Okay. So the folks that put money into RSP, this one's for you. Surprisingly, you have until shucks, March 3rd of this year to contribute for see that typo? I'm gonna have to do that over. For 2024. That's what happens when you reuse things. So boom. 2024, it's meaning to say 2024. You have March 3rd to be able to do that, right? Tax season starts February 24th. This is not for the T2 people. This is not for the people that are incorporated. You get to do your taxes year round. She's right here. Like I was mentioning before, for employers that have to provide T4s, T5s, and other tax slips, you have till February 28th. So please be mindful about that. And obviously, April 30th is the time when you're supposed to file your taxes. And if you're self employed, you have till June 15th, but most likely you're going to owe. So be able to have that money set aside for April 30th and keep your documents for at least 6 years. All right. So that was just a little reminder. And on to our break. This is so cool that I have this actually. I'm really ecstatic about this, but we'll be right back.
Imagine turning financial chaos into calm. Meet Alex. Alex is a young professional buried in bills and receipts. They're overwhelmed, unsure where to start. But then, light bulb moment. Alex discovers Finance IQ. With just a few clicks, Alex is setting up a personalized budget thanks to Finance IQ's user-friendly tools. It's like having a financial coach right at their fingertips. Fast forward a few weeks, and Alex is breezing through bill payments, watching their savings grow and even planning for the future. No more stress, no more chaos, just simple steps leading to big results. Alex now shops with confidence, knowing every dollar's accounted for. Finance IQ didn't just help organize Alex's finances, it gave them peace of mind. Ready to take control of your finances? Visit Finance IQ today and start your journey to financial freedom. Finance IQ. Simple steps, big results.
Bam, 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 bam. I'm really excited about that commercial. I was trying to do another one last night, but I wanted a little other vibe. I actually wanted to have ideas. So this, you know what? I'm gonna do a little short idea for the folks that are still celebrating Valentine's Day, even though it's really expensive to do it this weekend. But since it's All Star Weekend, probably could go check out the games and stuff. Um, I did want to give you guys a little one, two tips, because it's I love love, and I want you guys to think of affordable things before we get into the main topic, right? So here's some budget Valentine's ideas. And however, folks, I'm not gonna be mad, but all the secret admirers, dang, that I get at least, the buy me a coffee thing. Finally, I have it up. See what I did there, Camille? I was able, or mini on cam, sorry. I was able to have it up quick. I was ready. I was ready like Freddy. Ah, anyways, let me get back to what I wanted to do. A quick thing. This is a quick thing, I promise. 5 budget friendly Valentine's Day gifts. This one's cute, this one's really cute. You could do a home movie night. That's easy breezy. Think of like one of your favorite movies. I think so. Hear me out. It's either you have two ideas. You have a movie that you haven't seen, or a movie that you like your first couple dates that you saw. Watch that, reenact. That's the time when you fell in love with a person. Or watch it yourself. I'm teaching self love. You can watch a movie by yourself too. Okay? You don't have to make it feel like you don't have to do it alone and things, because there's Valentine's Day as well. So that's an idea. Cook a meal together. That's another idea for the couples them. You make your favorite meal and things. Cost cautious, and especially with the weather outside. Lord God, who wants to go outside really, right? Someone's gonna laugh when they see this, and I'm gonna hate them for this one. Oh, and also cook a meal together. Cook a meal, your meal. I did that yesterday. I made a meal for myself. I wanted to wine and dine myself. Self love. Also, there are some folks that like to walk in this weather. Not I. There's some people that consider this word that not I. But this is ideas that I found, so don't shoot the messenger, okay? I actually hate that. Ah! Fourth one. Oh, sorry. And you can make your own coffee too. I made myself coffee. That's why I don't think it's a date, but I digress. Do it yourself spa night. Could treat yourself to a spa night, light the candles, get the massage thing from Bath and Body Works or something like that. And give your significant other a massage. For the solo people, I don't know how, like, if you have like a foot massager thingy, you could do it that way. That's an idea, but I don't see any other way, right? But that's a other idea. And this one I love the most. This is what I love the most. Love letter exchange. I think sometimes, and this even goes with friendships as well, right? Or friendship, family, and all that stuff, having like a love letter exchange just to show how you appreciate that person, I think is very important, just to give reassurance to your friends, lovers, and all that stuff, to say like, yo, like your mom diggity, like, and even and also when you're so my dad yesterday got me flowers, which is very funny because I posted it on my status, and I don't know if they thought it was someone else, but I wrote, what did I write? Hold on. Of course, I didn't remember what I wrote. One thing's for sure, my dad's always gonna show me how much he loves me, and especially if you guys know the history that we've had, I really appreciated it. And I said, he will always show me how I'm supposed to be treated. So, come correct. But I do love the love letter exchange, and this is also for yourself as well. If you want to write a love letter to yourself or journal how you feel about yourself, that's a great way for self love. All right. Um, I made it a pin. Wait, what? Made it a pin? What did you do? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to learn that. I have to learn that one. Don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. But however, to that was just me trying to give you lovers, friends, situations, whatever you want to call it, and then options to have affordable dates this weekend, or stay in and cuddle up because it's cold. Golly, the snow is wild. However, now let's get more personal. Let's be truthful. When it comes to your personal finance journey, you're gonna make money mistakes, right? You're gonna realize there's financial traps that you didn't learn, like in your earlier age or as a teenager, or they didn't teach it in school, right? So you definitely someone's going to see this and say, "Yo, yep, 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 yep. I've experienced that one. That one. I've experienced that one, that one, that one." Right? And I think it's really important to take this episode or conversation as, even though I have done these mistakes or have fallen into the financial traps, I now that I know better, I'm going to do better. And I hope that most of us find that way earlier than later. I don't want you guys to be in your 40s, 50s and still doing that same ish, right? This is the reason for this is having discussions, whether it's with your family, with your friends, with your significant others, um peers and things. We really want to be able to be financial literate, right? I said literate, not illiterate, right? So I have some lovely articles. I think I could put it on here. If I could put it on here, it's good. But you guys know how my you know how my computer goes sometimes, right? Ah, less article. Wow. Oh, that's how I'm gonna do it. So, so this one's from the Toronto Star. I thought this would be ideal. I might want to put it over here still. If it starts to go wild, I am going to put it to the next computer. I'm not sure how you guys feel about that whenever I do that, but yo, sister gotta do what she gotta do, right? But this is from the Toronto Star. So let me share my screen just for you guys to get an idea of that's good. So basically this episode, instead of talking about love per se to the fullest, I want us to talk about money mistakes that happens around 20s, 30s, 40s. I am not going to go into the 40s part as much. You see it there? See how it started? Well, you see what happened there? Okay. So my computer just said, "Don't you do it. Don't you do it." Oh my gosh. That was a close one. It almost froze on you guys. I still want to send this out. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to figure out a different way. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Is this? I could. You know what I did also? I also did this. I have it like this. I have it like that, but let me not get distracted because you guys know how I get distracted easily, right? Golly, Bob. Oh, where's the article? I just saw the article 2 seconds ago. Okay, don't fuck around. You know what? Because you know how Toronto Star does, right? All right, bet. So it wants to stop people from being great. Say less. Good thing LinkedIn is just as great as Toronto Star. So on that note, I'm going to go to that one because this one's being a bum. So I'm just gonna go to that one, and then we keep it moving. Okay, okay. Alrighty then. Do 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 do. Oop, 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 oop. Oh, load up, load up, load up. Mm-mm. Thank you for your patience, everyone. I appreciate you. There it is. All right, so we're gonna go based on the 10. Oh, okay. Oh, I want it bigger. How can we make this bigger? That's wild. Okay, we're gonna roll with that. Yes, I have LinkedIn. If you ever want to follow me on LinkedIn, by all means, you can. So, let me take off everything so I'm not distracted. So there is 10 common mistakes, financial mistakes that you would want to avoid in your 20s, right? So basically how I'm going to do this is these are the money traps, financial traps, money mistakes that normally happen in our 20s. And I have it in different sections, so I'm going to this is like really crucial when it comes to our 20s. So the first thing is being unprepared for emergencies. I don't know how much times and times again I'm going to mention if you don't have an emergency fund or like whether it's $1,000 emergency fund or your basic needs, if you don't have a safety net, you'll be fucked. Right? And I've seen it time again, and I will tell you this from experience, it does happen. I can't say I've experienced not having $1,000 emergency fund, but I definitely have, and I always have a way to have $1,000 if I really really need it, right? In my 20s, I thought I could earn enough to handle the emergencies. And that's a great way to see it. I'm glad that you're able to have that self-awareness to discuss it because I I'm trying to think of my 20s, even though it's a little I know I look young, but I am actually in my 30s, almost in the 40s, right? But I can't remember a time my early 20s where I thought I had earned enough to handle my emergencies. I was like, no, I gotta be for reals, right? And I think, like I mentioned before, I've always been prone to save for a rainy day. And I think a lot of folks should strive for that because it's really scary out there. And if the pandemic did not teach you anything, you know what? It's not even the fucking pandemic. I remember in 2018, no, not 18, 2008, when we had the recession, we were in our 20s and we were able to realize that. I was like, holy shit, what's going on here? Right? So sorry, I almost forgot my poll. Give me a second. Um, it worked until my disability became the emergencies. And see something like that. I'm glad you're mentioning that. Um, when we're young and dumb, we think that we're invincible, right? Shit, I even know people in their 50s and 60s that are doing that, but I digress. Having not being prepared for emergencies, whether it's disability, job loss, um, um, shit happening in your house and things, it's really scary. Or even recession or pandemic, it's really scary that we haven't seen our peers or family experience that and not be able to think about that, like, oh no, there's going to be a time when I actually need to be prepared for these emergencies, right? So I really really hope that folks like really take this in, right? The other one is overspending, right? um we are not keeping up. We're keeping up with the Joneses. We're flossing. We are being, not being flown out, but overspending and not thinking about, again, the savings or investing in stuff, right? It's or living paycheck to paycheck, or for the self-employed folks, in invoice to invoice is the most stressful thing you can experience. until you until you've experienced that for the 9 to 5ers, I digress. Right? But yeah, overspending and not living within your means in your 20s, fuck, even in your 30s or 40s. I I'm not saying I don't. Sometimes, life gets the best of you and you overspend a little bit, right? But you hope within your 40s or 50s and so on that you have got hit with reality enough where you're like, let me live within my means, right? So that's one thing that's money mistakes in your 20s. I hope this thing goes in order because I can't actually remember. Postponing retirement savings. Fine, fine. You know what? In your I think this is more mistakes in your 30s and 40s. I'll start with 30s because I think by the time that you are postponing your retirement savings, I think this is a way where you're finally in that career that you want. This is like late 30s. Big up to the people that got in their late 20s and things. I know there's a few. All right. But once you get into that stage where you're not even thinking about your retirement savings, that's when it gets dangerous. And that's when you're in your 60s and 70s, you see, again, no diss to anyone that has experienced that or their family's experience. This is where you get into that stage where um, you see greeters at Walmart. I've seen someone go back working at Food Basic because they didn't think about their retirement fund. I should have said supermarket. I'm sorry, supermarket. Because they didn't think about their retirement savings. And also, we know if we don't think about investing in our fuck it, even in our 20s or 30s, 40s, investing it, you have to put in more. You have to contribute more for you to have um reasonable quality of life when you retire and stuff, right? In my late 30s, is where I got serious about my finances, regardless of government disability benefit limitations and restrictions. I woke up and found out how low my CPP would be for me. Yeah, and I listen. Sorry, the last thing I want y'all to experience is depending on the government to have that CPP, OAS, and GIS. Listen, Linda. I think the most that you can get ideally is I'm just throwing it a ballpark, right? Is 2,500. I don't know about y'all, but rent. You see rent or you see a mortgage, you can't sustain with that. So if you postpone your retirement savings, you don't start like investing, you will forever be in that rat race and feel exhausted. And I don't want you guys to feel exhausted. That's the last thing I want you guys to do. I want to be exhausted, right? So that's one thing. Spending without a budget. So I was in a webinar the other day, And I know when people hear budget, they're like, I hate that word, Camille. So spending plan, budget, whichever way works for you, you want to be able to allocate where your money's going, right? Um, yes, a budget is tedious. Yes, a budget is not fun. But I have folks like Minnie on cam that make it like has a structure with her Excel sheet. I have one too, which I have to revamp a little bit because it's been a minute, not a minute, but I just been really busy with business that I've been neglecting my own stuff, and that is another mistake that we do in our 30s, right? But you definitely want to be mindful about your budget, right? If you're able to see how much income is coming in, whether you're self-employed, employed, a business owner, and money coming out, it really helps you make this like better decisions, right? I want you guys to have better money decisions, right? But in order to do that, you have to have a budget, right? Boom, bum, bum. And that goes in any age. That goes in your 20s, in your 30s, and especially in your 40s. Golly, Bob. If you are just still doing this like Stevie Wonder, mm-mm, mm-mm, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not going to work. Just don't do it, right? Um, taking on too much debt. You know what? I want to make this bigger enough where it's just focusing on this. Um, oh, sorry. What did I what did I do? Bucks. You see what happens when you try to fix things at the wrong time? Come on, do this. Okay. You know what? Let's. I kind of don't like it like this, so I'm sorry, guys. Taking on too much debt. This is a 20s mistake, 30s mistake, but I damn well know in my 40s this has to be better, right? Um, and you know what? No, in the 20s it wasn't. No, 20s was stupid mistakes on taking on debt. 30s was circumstances with taking on debt. But 40s, I it will only be leveraging when taking on debt. So taking on too much debt um is really, really going to be crippling you in respectfully. I'm not trying to say that in a rude way. It's gonna hinder your financial freedom when it comes to your 40s, 50s, 60s, right? And remember, this is stupid debt. I'm not talking about like a mortgage, investments and stuff. This is things that is not producing assets or producing income for you that you've put on debt. We're done with that. We're done with that. Yes, you could do stupid shit in your 20s, but when it comes to, and we're gonna do dumb things in our 30s, but 40s, I really want you guys to be like, eek. You know what? Let me be mindful about that, right? I don't think people in your 20s acknowledge this as much as in your 30s and 40s, right? And the reason why I say this, I think I've mentioned it before, and I'm not saying it's the best idea. Unpopular opinion. If you fuck up in your 20s, you still have your 30s and 40s to restructure yourself. And the reason why I say that is because there's a 7-year period, right? If you do something stupid in your early 20s that really F up your credit, try to fix it before you get into your 30s. If something has drastically happened in your 30s where it's really screwed you over with your credit score, please do your best to fix that so you're not in the same scenario in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, right? If anyone knows, when it comes to credit card, unfortunately, we're in a capitalism country where it's really daunting and it will hinder you if you ignore your credit score. Trust me, it's happened. It's happened, right? Where you're like, shit, I don't want to look at it right now. I don't want to look at it. And I understand. Don't trust me, I understand. But you sometimes the harsh reality is looking at the credit score so you're able to fix it. You can't do these things by yourself if you don't have the understanding about credit, right? Um it's approximately 700-ish a month for no man. This is more for yours. It's a little bit higher for certain people because I gotta double check with that, or if you're a widower, you actually get a little bit more with CPP and stuff. Everything is figure outable. Yeah, I agree, but it's more hindering when you're in your 40s because remember, with credit, with your credit score, it will affect your job. Didn't realize that in my 20s. Job, rent, financing a car, or financing things, getting a better deal with interest rate. These are the things that you want to be mindful about your credit score, right? And that's why I say it's like if you mess up in your 20s, I understand. If shit happens in your 30s, please try to fix it as quick as possible. So this goes to the folks in your 30s. Why do you not have life insurance yet? I gotta tell you this. If you're in your 30s, you've already experienced at least 5 deaths that have showed you that you don't want to do a GoFundMe no more, right? If you're in your 40s and you don't have life insurance, I don't even know what to tell you. Because one thing about this is that it's going to be more difficult for you. Like, it's not going to be difficult. It may be difficult. It may be difficult. Um, Price wise, getting a life insurance. And also, if you have what's the word, family history with certain things, it will be difficult. So that, the price is going to be higher. um I always say this: if you have insurance on your car, and if you have insurance on your phone, why the heck don't you have insurance on your life? Because at the end of the day, and I know there's some certain people that have experienced this in their life, I know that there wasn't life insurance, and instead of your family not only grieving for you, but they also have to scramble to figure out some cost for you, right? Let's not be selfish anymore, and let's start putting insurance into play, right? This is a thing to like protect you. You see, when what? Well, no, not in the snow, but when it's raining and you're like, damn, I really wish I could have an umbrella so I'm not getting as wet as I am now. This is the perfect time to do it, right? Having and yeah, it becomes more expensive the older you get, and yeah, it's I've seen it. Um, Oh, do I want to bring this so personal? My mom, 97, she had lung cancer. So had a surgery, da 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 da. So when I was leaving for Korea, she got me life insurance. I'm like, what are you trying to do? And this is me being ignorant, obviously. This is me being ignorant. What are you trying to do? Kill me off in my 20s? Well, she's like, well, I mean, if something happens to you in Korea, I got the money to bring you back. Unfortunately, because of her health conditions before, at the same time she was looking about herself, but she wasn't able to do it. But she made sure that everyone else was secure, right? Um, and if that was her trying to catch up on things that she didn't do. right? And this is, and I'm not going to be harsh. I am not being harsh for the early Gen X and baby boomers because they didn't know better, but I damn well sure a millennial that doesn't have their life insurance, I want to dub you in your head. Respectfully, respectfully, right? Because like I said again, you've at least had 5 deaths that you've experienced with maybe you saw GoFundMe or something or that you participated in. We got to do better, and I don't want it to be as expensive. And if it is expensive, let's try to do a way where it's affordable. I have many financial advisor people that you can talk to about it, right? Who tryna call me on Instagram? Um, that was weird. So, see how I get distracted? I'm just saying wait till I talk to you after, sir. But yeah, I want you guys to be very mindful when it comes to insurance, and it's really important. And even critical insurance and accident critical why do I always forget this one? Critical illness. Boom. Critical illness. And you know what? I will say for myself, this is something I would really consider because, especially for people that are self-employed, you really want to be mindful about this because, um, shit's getting real. A lot of people are passing in, and I'll get back to critical illness. A lot of people are passing in their 50s and stuff from strokes and things, right? Imagine if you didn't pass away from the stroke or a certain disability that hinders you from working for short term, or long term. You want to be protected for that, especially for my self-employed folks, right? Um, Critical illness. I found myself a plan that will pay out lump sum on conditions I do not have. Yes, yes. So I've seen a family friend go through that. The second time they got it, they were shit out of luck, and I understand fine. You guys aren't going to, since I'm prone to that, you're not going to cover me on that. Fine, 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 fine. I understand. I get it. I get it, but that sucks, right? So that's something I'm sorry I'm dampering or beating a dead horse to insurance, but it's really important that we do that. Like I just heard a story about insurance not too long ago, and it makes me sad. Um, I mean, there's different aspects when it comes to that. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, this is the point where you're like, shit, okay, Camille. I hear you, Camille. I hear you. I will get insurance. And with medication, now more people will live with disability than die. I'm seeing it full throttle. As soon as I finish this thing, I gotta prepare this for my dad. So, um, also, sidetrack. So, um, who the frig? It's not that many on cam. I wish you told me about this one. But did you know that there's an automated medicine dispenser machine? I know this is a sidetrack. So it basically you're able to set the time that you're gonna want to take your meds and things. If you have to be like this, shit, you can even do it for your vitamins, right? That's actually smart. So you set the alarm and it alarms until you actually take it out of the thing. And if you don't take it at a period of time, then it signals off to someone else. Best believe, will not do this no more. And I'm getting that machine and also for my grandma because it's getting out of control. It's getting out of control, guys. Golly, Bob. Sorry, I got distracted. I think this. I want to hide that one first. I think this one In our 20s, we we're still building, and it's not for everyone in their 20s still building, because remember, there are folks that in their late 20s they already had their business or career established. So big up to y'all. But once they get that income, they don't think about different avenues to branch off, right? So failing to diversify your income sources. So there's a saying that the millionaires in the world have at least 7 income streams. So it's earned, business, or profit. Yeah, tomato, tomato. Earned, business, profit, rental income, dividends income, my favorite, royalties, and interest. So I think the most that people usually think about is their earned and their interest income. And this is when I say interest income, because people actually don't realize when you put money in your savings, especially if you put in a high interest savings account, that is interest income. So congratulations, you started off with that, right? But then it just stays at that. No, at least this is why I always strive for folks to incorporate investing and getting dividends. By the way, and I'm gonna cuss you guys out soon, but to join Discord, the 100 dividends in motion journey, please. And I have to ask my folks in there. You guys are the real MVP, but if y'all don't start talking to me, right? I'm gonna have to find a different way to interact with y'all, because it seems like Discord is too new school for millennials and things that they're like, I don't know how to do this, right? But I digress. So start off with investing after the interest and the earned or the business, and then accumulate rental properties and having that rental income, create royalties. Everyone knows during Christmas they're gonna hear who. Put in the chat who you gonna hear when you hear the Christmas thing. And I almost forgot to do the poll. Golly Bob, hold on. Oh, that's how you do it. See, I was struggling all this time, and I just okay. 2 seconds. I hope. Okay, boom. So you won't see what I see. Okay, so I do have a poll. I do have a poll. I really love polls. Dang, I forgot to do it before. You know what? I should do it during the commercial. That's when I should do it. But we're here. We're here now. What was the question that I had? Where there it is. Sorry. So anyone that's in here, who's in the live or replay, please participate. And when I say replay, anyone on Spotify, they can do the poll as well, because I put it on there. But I love when you guys come into on YouTube and things. 30s and then more. Maybe this one's a cliche, but boom, we have the poll running, up and running, up and running. Yes. Okay. So back. Okay. So yeah, I think so even though this is something we don't think about in our 20s, yo, hey, hi, hello, hi. Come closer, come closer, come closer. Why are you not thinking about this in your 30s? Especially once you've established, like you're more established in your 30s, you should be thinking about investing in stuff. When you've definitely reached your 40s, and I'm only this is really for the millennials and you Gen Zs, Alpha, whatever, y'all better get your ish together, yo. And for the folks that love, sorry, I shouldn't roll my eyes because I respect y'all. that are in the crypto life, because there are different avenues for that too. So if you ever want to dabble in a little crypto so you get that boost, that reminds me, I had to shake my phone just now. But yeah, there's that. So then number nine. Mm, okay, raise your hand. Raise your hand if you've ever co-signed a loan. Um, I co-signed a loan in my 20s because it was my first time knowing about it, and I really didn't understand it, right? And I was like, I did ask my mom, and even though I was trying to be a great friend and just like, oh well, I don't think they're gonna screw me over. Oh boy, that's a story and a half, right? But I would say in your 20s you learn about co-signing. Is it a 30? If you co-sign for your significant other or someone that you trust, I don't think it's wrong, but you trust them to always pay you back. Boom. But remember, co-signing means that loan is technically yours if the shit hits the fan, right? 40s, I think it's again significant other, some folks that you trust for the most part. What's this? Yes, it will do. Yes, it will do all the things I do manually. I missed that one. Sorry, my bad. Also, no cosign, but I did cash out RSP for the ex-boyfriend. Woo! Woo! Don't worry. That's coming. That's coming. I have a couple things for loving money and love. I was still gonna, give you guys a little things for Valentine's weekend. Um Listen, when the thing's good, eh? When the thing's good, the things you do for love, a golly bob. Um, what else? Co-signing alone, yeah. Um, you're held responsible for co-signing, and I would strive not to do it if you don't trust the person, especially if you're in your 40s. You know which friend, you know which family member. You know which one is going to be able to hold it down and pay that thing. By your 40s, you know which person you could depend on to pay that. So, and when did I get my car? Yeah, in my 30s, early 30s, I got my car. My mom co-signed for me because my mom knew I was good for it, right? Even, and I bet someone else doesn't know about this, but even when the loan was paid off because refinancing, I put more money into my portion of the house so I could cover that money that paid off, because ideally I didn't finish paying the money off. At the time everything was refinanced. So think about those folks that are responsible, because you're in full control of this, right? Being so so. Which year is this? 20s. Being almost forgot how to say the word. Arrogant about taxes. To you folks that doesn't do your taxes every year. Granted, I do my taxes late per se because I am taking care of everybody else first before I do mine, as I mentioned last week. But this time I have everything set ready. That's why I was really organizing myself in January. But yo, to y'all folks that are multiple offenders or multiple tax that want to do their taxes, hey, by all means, I enjoy you guys giving me multiple taxes because it's more money for me. However, you miss out on a lot of benefits. Like anyone that didn't do their taxes for 2023, you'll see that you didn't get that $200 check. Everyone got it. Everyone in their muma get the thing there, right? I'll say fine if you're ignorant in your 20s. Sorry, in your 20s, 30s. Come on, you know you had to do it every year. 40s, golly, Bob, are you okay? Right? That's one thing I want to say. Just try to do it, and especially if you owe the government. Yo, let me tell you this. I'm not gonna rant, But CRA's a bunch of pricks, eh? Yo, if you owe them, they will garnish your wages, fam. They will garnish your wages. Oh, okay, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, but okay, bet the pill dispenser, cool. But when you're dealing with two people, you can't. Right? What else? Then for you, oh, you're going back to this, and then for years he would say he would pay me back and never did until I told him, I know you think you should say that, but you don't do it. Um, hey, hey. So yeah, try not to ignore your taxes, whether you have a business, especially if you have a business. That's when it gets complicated. Um, and tax season is coming up, so please contact me at info@fitnessiq.com or my scheduler. Can I put it? Oh, yes, I can. Un momento. I can put it in this way. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. I realize there's things I can do in here. Boom! There's one. I don't know how to pin it right now because I'm looking at this computer. And then the second one, bam. So to book a appointment to get your taxes done, I'm about to do the questionnaire. Questionnaire is going to be, since I realized when tax season starts, I was like, an extra week. Don't be a procrastinator. That should be another thing. The financial traps is being a procrastinator. Definitely learn it in your 30s. Don't learn in your 40s because it's just ugh, not fun, right? Most of these things is 2030s that you will realize it's a headache. But I do have extras. I have extra ones over here. I am not sure if it's going to say it. So, ooh. Okay. So this is for people in the 20s. Not saving for retirement early. We talked about that. Yes. Start putting 25, $50 for the people in their 20s that have lowish income. Start with 25, 50 a month. Mistake two is taking too much debt, student loans, credit cards, or car loans. Talked about that, right? That's in your 20s. Living paycheck to paycheck and ignoring a budget. Not investing early. I'll say this. Wish I really wish I started investing in 2008. I really wish I started investing in 2008. I know folks like Rennie the Resource, she started when she was 18 and she was able to get a house. She was able to purchase her house like with a down payment with her investments. This is why I say have different streams of income because you'll be able to have a better life. Right? For our 30 folks, lifestyle inflation, spending more as you earn. Lifestyle creep is real. I've been trying to chill on that. As soon as you go from 50 to 60 or 80 or 100,000, you're like, I got the money. Calm down. You want to get the newest Tesla, the newest phone, the newest whatever, the newest Audi. Big up to Eddie. Oh, anyone going to the auto show? If you're going to the auto show, invite me, please. Yeah, that's all I had to say. You wanna. I love window shopping cars. I'm not gonna get like the Audi S. It's sexy, golly. Um, the the Mercedes Benz, I think the C350. Mm. But I know my role. Me not have the lifestyle inflation, right? Not having emergency funds still in your 30s. Wild. Don't do it. Ignoring your credit score and debt repayment. in your 30s. It's wild. Relying only on a 9 to 5 income. I think this is things that folks are finally getting. This goes back to diversify your source of income. Only relying on your 9 to 5, right? Let's not do that. We have other ways to engage in that. Um, money mistakes in your 40s, and I don't I don't want to make these mistakes, guys. I'm almost there. Next year, technically. Blood clot. Not investing aggressively enough. Not having a retirement plan. By the time you're in your 40s, you should, bro. Not having life insurance. I already spoke about this. This is a big one. This one I have to post up. This one, this goes back to the insurance. You've at least had 5 deaths in your family. Yes, the beneficiaries I have on lock. Is the will. I know, I know. I'm telling you, y'all. Bef- the month before my mom passed, I was doing it. I have an episode. Will, something about Will. I can't remember the name. Oh man, I should really look. Hold on, hold on. Let me see, because I know it's here. Mhm. You would think I remember all my names, right? Well, I have 213 episodes, so it's kind of tricky to remember them all, but I should remember most of them, right? Um, until Will, until Will do us. What? Is that what I said? Hey, sometimes the titles were wild, but I understood what I meant to say. I understood what I meant to say. Right? Ooh, there's something in the chat. Estate planning is hard when you don't have family members you trust to do your final wishes. That correctly. So I realized that you can pick your financial planner. So I had someone, the place I used to work at, they would be estates for folks because there is an unbiased emotion semi emotionalist role to play. And yeah, it's the same concept with the co-signing, right? If you can't if Auntie Susan can't be your can't you can't co-sign for Auntie Susan, I wouldn't want her to be the executor, right? um I don't know if I'm anyone's beneficiary. I don't think I've gotten to that stage yet. It's fine, no hard feelings. But yeah, these are the ones that I want to mention. Ooh, I'm seeing how you guys know I love to chat, right? Y'all know I love to chat. So I wanna add back um some so this is someone's gonna I I am not talking about anyone. Okay? I listen to many stories. I have clients, I have friends, I have family, I have I read stories on Instagram. I promise to you guys, I'm not talking about anyone. I promise. Okay? This is not strictly for me. This is what I read on the articles, right? So I want to talk about the big money mistakes to avoid in your 2030 love edition. That's what I was supposed to write. Also, if you guys don't know, I do have a cards coming out. It is coming. It is coming. It's taking longer than I expected. Um, organization and being mindful of costs and expenses, especially cost of goods sold, is really important. So it is coming. It is coming. So before I even get into this aspect, before I even get into this, I want to show. Better be working. It's working. Should be working. Again, again. Uh, mm, mm. I saw. Thank you for sharing. I don't know what that is about, but I guess we'll find out in a minute. Window again. I can't wait for this to be out because not only is it going to be for couples, but it's also going to be for family. I'm thinking about a friends one. Just remember the thing is to have healthy conversations about personal finance, so we were able to grow together. Boom, bam, bam. So that's just how I call a clip. Who's in the chat? Must have me. Should have known. Plus, as assets grow, I don't want to make them. Hey. Listen, one thing I realized: money makes you change real quick, eh? Money make you change real quick. Think you allow me here? Absolutely, sir. You don't piss me off. Just kidding. So biggest money mistakes to avoid in your 20s. Let's start with the 20s. This is obviously for folks that are in relationships and things. So in your 20s, you wanna not talking about money in relationships. Shit, this is stuff in their 30s that people don't discuss, right? Um, Mistake number 2 is splurging on love instead of investing in yourself. I know some people want to be flown out. They want to have that $300 dinner. They want that $500 gift. Make sure you can afford it. Both ways, right? Make sure you're able to afford it. Especially in your 20s, 30s, shit, still in your 40s. This goes to every age, actually. There's that one any age. Um, Ignoring credit scores before moving in together should that be a criteria when you want to move in together, that your credit scores and like your debt? Hey, we had that discussion the other day, right? We had that discussion, so that's something. Um, this one, thinking my partner will handle it later. I would strive not to be uh a liability for someone, right? Let's try not to be a liability. Let's be an asset together, building, supporting each other. Like it says, financial independence is sexy, but never assume your future partner will handle the money for you, right? Um, Whatcha? Not talking about money is challenging at every age. Yeah, I agree. I agree. How much did people spend on Valentine's Day? Ooh, I don't want to say who I found that out from because you're gonna say something silly, but I heard, even though, fun fact, did you know in 2020 was the most, man, I hope I can find this photo. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. Damn, you distracted me, but that was a good distraction. Thank you. Don't worry, I'm gonna come back, y'all. Let's see if I can frigging find the post. It's from EYL. Yes, I know you're gonna say a smart comment, but it's actually a great thing to. Mm. Oh, I can put it here. I can put it here because I usually follow. I do follow them. Man, I hope this doesn't show anything that I don't want to show. Actually, I'm glad you asked that question. This is actually a great fun fact. This is a great fun fact. Do, 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 that I want to share with people. But this is American. You know how I feel about that. Not being able to show you guys things Canadian wise, but I digress. If I find it on the I'll look for the Canadian one as well. Um, while I'm doing this. So Valentine's Day spending hit 27.5 billion, record high. Golly, shaved. Hey, don't talk about that. Don't let people know. Uptick in Americans, oops, I almost says Canadians, celebrating Valentine's Day. So I don't know how much percent that is. But look, in fun fact in 2020, and I guess that makes sense because people no, because people weren't home in that time. So it's very interesting that most people almost spent $200 spending. Um, but yeah, I feel like I shouldn't have shared it like this, but I digress. Ooh, let's see if I can find Canadians spending on Valentine's Day. But but I will say, folks, even though Valentine's Day is done, there is still time to support for secret admirers to buy me a coffee. Ah! Um. Ooh, I want to show that photo. Nope, nope. I want the photo. I want the photo. Okay, here's something. Here's a fun fact. Here's a fun fact. Hold on. Let me show you guys. This is for Canadianas. Because I like to show mostly. Mm, is it showing what I want to show? Oh, yes. So, boom. 57.5% spends it on food, alcohol, candies, restaurant, quick service restaurants. Big up Uber Eats. 30%, 30.6% flowers. Hey, I would have said buy the flowers before. Buy the flowers before. Okay? It's less expensive that time. What do you mean, where am I getting this information from? You see it there? I should do a ODPSP. I should do a ODSP custom. Ooh, true. That see? Power hour. Power hour coming up. Yes, obviously, Valentine's Day equals red, so I had to find a way. Now I'll post that next one. Sure. Also gift cards, 16.8%, clothing, 14.6, jewelry, jewelry, whatcha? 12.6, books and music, that's a good one. Black authors. Remember, it's Black History Month. Support your black authors. Boom bam bum. Whoa! Home decor, furniture and appliances, 7.1. Golly, appliances. Cooking tools, small household items, 7%. Personal and home electronics, smartphone, tablet gaming, TV, 6.5. Hey, golly. Pet pet supplies, grooming and boarding, 4.3. I can see that. Other 16.7%. And normally I do not make purchase. See? Only 4.8. Oh, I don't believe in this pagan holiday. Yo, if say you don't like the person. That's all. But I digress. Let me go back to thank you for asking me that question because that's actually a really good question, right? Thinking my partner will handle it. So money and love mistakes in your 30s. This could be in your 20s too, depending on when you get married, right? Especially, yeah. In your 20s and you're still establishing yourself, you don't have that money. This one is big. Overspending on weddings and keeping up with friends. I seen this post. Ah, I seen this post. But I digress. Um, yeah, just if it comes to your wedding, keep up. You know, be mindful of how much you're spending on your wedding, but also make it as special as you want it, right? Because it is your wedding, you and your significant other's wedding. So make it special for each one, right? Combining finances too fast without a plan. Eek. I think this goes for any age. Um, this goes for any age, really. But just be mindful about that. Having the discussion, the wealth connection, be able to see how you can combine your goals, habits, and debt, instead of playing Russian roulette. Joint account that I mentioned, joint, his, hers, all that stuff, or her, his, whichever, however you want to roll. I'm not a judge. Mistake number three, ignoring money red flags in a partner. So money stress is one of the top reasons for divorce. If your partner is secretive about finances, always in debt, or refuses to budget, it's a problem. You really want to have an open and honest conversation about these values before or big commitments, right? I did want to do an episode about this, but I felt like it would be too harsh and wouldn't make sense on my end because it's been a minute since I've been in a relationship and had those discussions and things. So if anyone wants to have that discussion, if there's a love guru out there that watches, or a love guru or whoever, yeah, tell them if they want to come true and talk about that. That's something that would be interesting, right? Not protecting yourself financially in a relationship. Um, whether it's a cohabitation agreement, prenup, whatever floats your boat, right? Just protect your assets and discuss legal and financial protection. You can have that conversation, right? Yes. And to the fellas that always say, "Oh, I bet say she's a gold digger," you don't have gold, okay? You have coal. Don't worry, she doesn't want you because of your money. And vice versa. Okay, if you've gotten this far, if you're going to the marriage stage, engagement stage, you'll know if they're feeling you, ah and things. Um, what else? Mistakes in your 40s. This is important. I think this is important for anyone, right? Not having a financial goal as a couple. You really want to have a financial goal as a couple because you guys are teammates, partnership, and all that good stuff. You're merging into one as a couple, so you really want to have your goals, their goals, and our goals and stuff, right? I always say set up a quarterly, monthly date, or monthly, weekly, quarterly, annually, just so you guys are always on the same page, right? You guys are a team. I don't know why I said it right. That sorry. Another mistake in your 40s is not planning for the what ifs. Divorce, death, illness. Fuck, this could be any age, actually. Listen, I know back in the day, it used to be further in life. People would deal with these situations, but it's happening earlier. It's happening earlier. So this should be for every age, ideally. The what ifs, right? Make sure you have your life insurance, wills, and emergency savings in play. And it's very interesting. So I had a question about this, keeping financial secrets. So I had that episode about uh damn, I lost my train of thought. Not that I lost my train of thought. I forgot what the title is. There's so many titles. There's so many things that are happening that I should remember these things, right? Oh, whatcha? Love, money, and secrets. How much should you share? A lot of people were saying keep it on the hush, and I was like, golly, Bob. So this is financial infidelity, y'all. So I know, but I know there's a saying like women always learn to have that um Hush, the Hush account or your account, just in case, the just in case account. Cool. And for the folks that are have children, this is very important. Not teaching your kids about money is very important. And I just want to give a moment to talk about Flip and Floss. He still has his app that is helping kids learn about money, personal finance. Uh, do I have the QR code here? So, eek. I know it's on this computer for sure. So let me just show that real quick. Actually, yeah, I want to promote it a little bit more because the one thing I know is if you are able to have your kids to talk about money, it's better off for everyone, right? Watch me struggle just now. Financial trauma is real. Indeed, financial trauma is real. But you also don't want, ideally, this is where, when we were kids, this is where we learn these financial traps, and this is why we don't sometimes don't better ourselves. But here is the thing. Please, yeah, if you can, I'll keep it on for a minute. Um, Join this app. It's a great app. Um, you might hear a voice on a couple of them and things. So just be mindful about that. Teach your kids. Like I remember when I did the stock market challenge with kids. Not only did they whoop my ass, golly, still salty about that, but like the parents were in the chat. They're like watching their kids, and they're like, wait. So you're telling me whatever is in the stock market challenge, that's the virtual like Investopedia or Market Watch. This is like real life. I was like, yeah, and it was a great way to have families talk within each other. So please check this out. I'm gonna keep it on for a little bit longer. I promise. I love chatting, guys. I have one more. I have one more article. I really want you guys to see this one. I'm still cheesed about the Toronto Star one. But after a certain while, if you are, I should have just kept it on my freaking. I should have just kept it on my computer. There must be a way I can find it some other way, right? Hold on. Eek. Press it again. Okay, so there's something I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try something, y'all. I'm gonna try something. Cause I really want you guys to get all this information before we. I mean, I can do a part two, but merp merp. Not like I'm doing anything. I'm trying to stay warm. I'm staying out. No, I'm not. I'm staying from going outside because outside is cool and outside ain't fun. It's not there, y'all. I know there's a different site that I can find it, but I'm not gonna do this to y'all. I'm sorry. Did I finish this? Yeah, I did that. Um, Sorry, one more thing. Mm, mm. So this one I wanted to show a little bit more because this is going to be a reminder for myself, even though I know I'm gonna not do these things. But I also want to remind the folks that are in their 40s or just to be mindful about these things, right? Being mindful is the first step. Being aware is the second step, or self-awareness. Self-awareness might be the first step as well. But yeah, the mistakes that you make in your 40s, well, 30s, 20s, will hinder you. Will hinder you a lot. You're having a reason not to be at your full potential that you can be or should be when you make these mistakes, right? So big up Vancity. Um, mm, you see it there? See it there? We mentioned this earlier. I'm gonna make this bigger. Sorry, I know there's stuff in the chat. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Ooh, and how's the poll doing, guys? Make sure you do the poll. Oh, holy shit! How come the poll just did something crazy? Wild. Sorry, wild. How just happened to it? Yo, for a second I saw the 20s at like I think at 70, and then all of a sudden at 50. So which one? No, no, no. I don't want to end it right now. How come I can't see it? Okay, so big up the people that are voting. Thank you. Please vote in this. Ah. Hola. Make sure you join the poll, please and thank you. Um. Oh, sorry. Wow, it's because it's on this computer. All right. So delaying retirement. How? Hold on. 2 seconds. I'm trying to take this thing off of it. Okay, let me see how the question is. Let's see the question. Let's go back to the question. Okay, let's go back to the question. Okay, you guys can't see what's happening over here on this end. And there you are. So, which money mistake do you think is the most common? Fine. Sorry. The question mark was not in the right spot. That's why I put 20s, 30s, 40s. Which money mistake do you think is the most common in your 20s, 30s, or 40s? As I discussed, if you are here from before, I'm joking because your conversation's at 5. So thank you for reaching. I really appreciate you. So that was just a joke. But I digress. In their 40s. So this one's particular for the folks in their 40s. These are the mistakes we don't want to make, right? And I'll still post this. Money mistakes, delaying retirement planning, especially in your 40s. Bumper clot. But RSPs went down 3.4%, and I understand because of what's the economy, how it's going down and stuff. So really want to be mindful about that. But if you can't put money in your RSP, please try to put money in your tax-free savings, your FHSA. I feel like I'm singing a fabulous song when I say it. Or just save, and instead of doing nothing, please save. Mismanaging your investments. So ideally, when it comes to investing, like when you're in your 20s and 30s, you can be aggressive with investing, but once you're getting older, you want to turn it to conservative. But if I ever see people now, millennials, like are my age, looking at GICs only, I'm joking. That was a joke. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. But you shouldn't only think of GICs. Diversify your portfolio. There's fixed income, so there's GICs. There's preferred shares. I would say do the preferred shares. There's stocks, there's bonds, there's cash, crypto. Diversify, right? So be mindful about that because we know inflation be affecting our investment returns. But let's put it this way: if you only stick to GICs, which is usually what inflation is right now at 3%, I believe, and it's perhaps going down to 2.5%. If your GIC is only at 2.5% and then inflation keeps increasing, you fucked. You're going to be playing catch up longer than you should. But if you get into investments or ETFs, mutual funds, index funds that are higher than the inflation, then you're in a good start. Like you're better off than the GICs, right? So just be mindful about that. And I'll even say the crypto, because there's some crypto that missing the returns. Bomba. Like look at Bitcoin. If you got it 10 years ago, You were doing it. Overlooking estate planning in your 40s can leave you vulnerable. I talked about this earlier. Like I said, by age 40, you've at least dealt with 5 deaths. Maybe some of them are GoFundMe's. Let's be mindful about your estate planning. I know someone that as soon as their parent passed away, they started thinking about their life, which ideally is it was the opposite for me. I just stopped everything in the tracks, but I digress. You live and learn. More deaths will get your ish together. In sorting out your life plans, right? But I do have life insurance, so as long as you have life insurance, invest segregated funds. I know someone's gonna mention that in the chat or anything. Things like that. Consumer debt, like spending too much on your home, is an easy trap to fall into. This is this is subjective because you want to renovate your house so you're able to be suitable for your liking, like especially if it's a fixer upper. You want to have your house in a way that you enjoy it, right? But if you're really going above your needs, then you have to be mindful about that, right? So I'm not saying avoid expensive renovations, because also we know when you get that cheap contractor, you get what you pay for, right? So let's be mindful about that. Just it's like having opinion about anything, or like a doctor's opinion, stock opinion. You want to get different opinions from folks or different quotes to see which one works for you, and they have the credentials to do it, right? Boom, bam, bam. Lifestyle creep. This one I am going to stress this one a lot. This is something that people deal with in their 20s, 30s. By 40s, I would hope that no. Have you guys ever seen that I'm not dissing anyone, I promise. Have you ever seen those retirees and they finally get that car that they wanted, that they always dreamt about? They got that Porsche, they have the wheel, they have the head top out, and they're driving. They think that women are looking at them saying they're handsome and stuff. Nah, fam, I'm looking at your car. Your car is sexy as heck. You can't be a sugar daddy, sir. Can't be a sugar daddy. So what I'm trying to say is avoid those lifestyle creeps, y'all. I know there's things that we once you get established with your business, your career and stuff, you're like, oh snap, I'm making more. Yes, you can boost it up a little bit, but budget it, prioritize the things that you need, and put more money into your investments. Simple as that, right? Oh, there's a question. There's a question. Yes, mom has stood beside cars. I've done well. I did that the auto show again. If anyone's going to the auto show, please invite me. Not this week. Not today. Not obviously not today. Not tomorrow. Because whatever's happening outside, no, something I'll go out there. But yeah, I used to do that too. I used to do that too. So like, stay within your means, and just the more money that you make, put it in your future self, or put it in your TFSA at least. Make that investment, get some dividends money, and then you can do what you want. Yo, I'm telling you, fam. Dividends income will be able to pay the things that you want to do. So let's strive for that. What else? Doop, 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 doop. If your lifestyle has expanded, your emergency fund needs to grow with it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Simple as that. Not having a talk with your parents. When I saw this, I didn't. I think this is something that you should do in your 20s and 30s. I think all around, I think it's really important for families to have that discussion, have those money talks. Whether it's like at dinner and stuff. Big up to the people that still have family dinners. um, and not just on the holidays, but actually still every day. And also, one thing and it's gonna kill me. It's going to until I make have my own family. Not having an investment club with your family that is trustworthy because it goes back to the co-signing and the wills, and the executor. Having a family where you or friends, trustworthy friends, that you can have an investment club and put your money together, not a susu or partner, but actually getting interest dividends from that and putting it having it separate and stuff. I was talking about teaching the disabled, sorry, community dividends income to replace, yeah, something like that. And you know where you could start off with oh, that's cool. You know where you can start off with that is joining the Discord. So email me at thingsiwishiaknewaboutmoney@gmail.com. I see the time. I'm sorry. I chat. You know I love to chat, guys. Sometimes I'm clumsy too. But to recap, I really want us to think about whether you're in your 20s, most people are in their 30s that follow. Oh shit. I know you're gonna say something, Dr. Vibe. Okay, for the folks, um, so I have a survey. I have a survey. I forgot to send it to you guys last week. So I have a survey, and I would really love for y'all to participate in it. I'm gonna warn you. There's some questions that are wonky, like in order and stuff. It's kind of wonky. It is not my doing. Um, I'm sharing it in the chat. I just want to have a better understanding of who's listening and things. So please, put it in the chat right now. I swear that's not a spam or anything. It's a survey. I just want to know who listens here and stuff, you know? And how to make things better. The next week I will not be live. It'll be a pre-recording, but it's gonna be a juicy one. It's gonna be a good one. I have couple topics that I want to have. I have a couple guests coming on in the future. Talk about caregiving again. Talk about it's Health Black Mental Health Month next month. So definitely talk about that. You know, the odd thing was, I thought Mother's Day was in March for some reason. I don't know why. I think I just had anxiety with Mother's Day that I thought it was in March, and I wanted to talk about caregiving again. Um, but yeah, the survey's in the chat. Do it up, please. Here, I'll post it over here. I'll show it even here. Oh, did I even finish this part? I think I finished. It's almost at the end. Something happens. Oh shit. Sorry. If something happens to your parents, if they can no longer take care of their financial or health care decision, you as their may need to. You see what I was talking about? Caregiving. Being able to know who's a POA, and that still has to do with your wills and beneficiaries and things. So you really want to have that. You want to have those discussions. You want to have those discussions. Or, like usually happens, the daughter has to deal with that shit. But sorry, that was a. What's I say about? So here's the form, the survey. Please, by all means, it's a Google form. So put your information. Um, what else? Stay warm. Stay warm in these streets. It's cold. I mean, it's still Valentine's Day weekend in my mind. I mean, if it started on a Friday, you could still, try something Saturday or Sunday. And like my friend said the other day, Valentine's Day for couples is on February 14th. The day for situationships is on April 1st. No. So whether it's Galentine's, Valentine's, situation, whatever, You can celebrate or love week. It's love week. Love, you should be loving your person every day, by the way. But make them feel special. My grandma gave me this, and this was my mom's favorite candy bar. So when I seen it, I was like, yeah, I'm taxing this, and I'm gonna finish it off. But sorry, let me go back to the original thing. So like when it comes to um the money mistakes that we make overall, let's just be mindful. Whether you're in your 20s, your 30s, and I really need the folks in their 40s to have things sorted out, and just remember what happened in your 20s and 30s, and just be like, yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to be in that scenario anymore, right? So I that's one thing I want to strive. Like, I know every stage of life we have challenges. I get it. Whether you're in the sandwich era where you're dealing with your kids and aging parents, it's hard. It's hard. But if we try to get our ish together in our 20s and 30s, it will be smooth sailing in our 40s and 50s. And that really, it goes with investing. Please invest in your future, invest in yourself. Of like AI, you can invest in that to like boost yourself and just have a better quality of life. That's the little thing I want to say. Um, yeah. So make sure you oh, shucks. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend about this, because maybe and I want to know, put it in the chat, put it in the replay. Anyone that's commenting after, um, what age group are you in, and which mistake did you experience? If you said most all of them, it's okay. We all make mistakes, and we just got to do better. Once we acknowledge what we've done, just do better. And also, it's family day on Monday. I am actually not going to be on meetings. I'm actually going to try to see family that time. Oh shit, I should try to see my god family too. I was supposed to go to a games night. I was supposed to have games night first week of February, but because I was busting my ass and working so hard, I thought I was catching a cold. And yeah, rest. So I'm going to rest most of the time in for the month. And yes, but that's not a meeting per se, right? But it is a meeting. But I'm not gonna be working hardcore like I usually do, or it's gonna be content creation, because I feel so bad. I had all plans for y'all to get like stuff throughout the month of February, and look, it's halfway through, and I've only posted 3 times. Life, I tell you. So if anyone has an intern or a family member or a child that is really good with social media, whether it's making YouTube shorts, reels, and all that stuff, please send them to me. But on that note, folks, much love. Stay warm. Stay blessed. Keep loving who you're loving. And hopefully next year, if you're single and you want to have someone, try to find someone so they can love you, or just have self-love. All right. Till next time, folks. I will see you live. Sorry, I'm not gonna be live next week because I have 2 events I'm going to. Trying to get the tax season proper. Um, but if that's the 22nd, oh shucks, I'll see you guys live March 1st. Alrighty then. Until next time, folks. But I will have an episode next week, but it won't be live. Okay. Till next time, folks. Peace out. Much love. Ah ah ah.
I just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution of time.